They're chopping down a tree in my yard, people. If you hear a chainsaw, no one's being murdered. Thank God. Okay, it's not one of those kind of days. It's just foliage being murdered. Well, I guess, yeah, because trees are alive. Well, this one was dead. We didn't kill it. It came dead with the house, which is a weird thing to say. Anyway, it's going down outside. But inside, we're talking about these three figures right here. We have some movie monster series. We have Flying Destroyer, Godzilla 89, and Mecha King Ghidorah. I've been waiting for these for a while. I might sneeze in a couple seconds, so let's just move on. Let's start with the Frisbee first. Flying Destroyer. Been waiting for this one for a minute. This is from Beast of the East. And boy, I'm happy with this. We need more of the... we needed more, I should say, because they already done it. But I was going to say we needed more of the different Destroyer forms. And we got all of them now. We have the crab form, the adult form, the flying form. So I'm happy. We got them all. So here's the tag. Very nice. Here is the details. We're going to take a very close look at this. Very close. Look closely. All right? This thing has it. Lines, grooves, bumps. There it is. Even has a warped horn. No one's fault. Okay, it happens. It's all final. I'm not too pressed about it. Here it is. He has some legal jargon on his claws down there. I don't know if that's his private parts. We'll keep it moving. There's his chest that is vanilla colored. And there you really do see the warp. If I wanted to, I'd heat it up and kind of fix it back into place. But it's fine, okay? I'm not actually going to use this as a weapon. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I will be keeping the tag on, though. That way I can use that hook so I can hang him up from the shelf so he can be in the air, which he's meant to be. Because if you just have him on the ground, he's pretty low. He's not that tall. But he's supposed to be flying. That's why he has wings. Very happy with this. Awesome looking figure. Great details. Just a round of applause if you have hands. Now we can look at some articulation. This is going to be really short, people. You have the tail. It can move. There we go. Right? It does look nice. That's upside down. Gives a little zest, little pizzazz if you want to have him fly like that. All right, not bad. But then you actually have the head. So you can, look to the side. Like, oh, there he is. Let's do some poses. Here. And that's it. Awesome. Great. Here's some size comparisons. We have the really shitty movie monster series on the left. And then great Bandai creations that came out many years ago on the right. Then we have the burning Godzillas. We have, the movie monsters on the left and then Bandai creations on the right. And I think it looks really good paired with both of these. Awesome. Destroyer, you're flying for him, you get a pass. You get a thumbs up. You're in the club. The cool kids club. So, good job on that. And happy to have... I didn't put this up with the Crab Destroyer, but that was a great figure too. I honestly like the different forms of Destroyer more than I like the Destroyer figures. So, I have no plans to get the Giga Destroyer though, but I do plan to get the Haya Destroyer, so maybe this will look good with that as well. But all in all, again, awesome figure. Highly recommended. Get it for your grandma. Moving on, we have Godzilla 89. Yep, that's him. It's just... the Heisei Godzilla designs are great, but let's be honest, they're not all that different. And if you had all the figures side by side, you'd see that. But this is still a very nice figure. There's his tag, and as you can see, it comes with the Super X2. We'll get into that in a second. There's the back of the tag, and if we look inside, we have a choking hazard, so don't put this in your mouth if you're under 3 years old. If you're 4, you're good to go. Here's his feet. There's his abdomen. There's his chest. And we talk about this, Godzilla has like 3 pecs. Did anyone notice that? Like, he has like a middle thing going on. That's not normal. But he's also like a, radioactive lizard, so it might be like a sensitive topic, but just thought I pointed out, like, his chest day, he has to have like some kind of, like, squeezing in the center is probably really important to him. Anyway, so there's his dorsal plates. They're actually painted all the way to the tip. Very nice that Bandai actually did that. They spared a couple drops of paint. There's his face. Look at that guy. He's not so menacing. He looks pretty gentle. Let's do some posing. Here he is, just kind of strutting along like he does. He's a little chunky, so, he's not going to be running. But he does have a good stride to him, so I like that basic pose. Then we have, use your imagination, whatever he's doing here. I don't know. Some of you have sick minds, but I managed to get him to stand up doing this, so that's great. Then we have him just sitting, just pondering. This reminds me of that one book where Godzilla doesn't have any friends and kind of like sitting on a cliff, just depressed. That's what this looks like. That's the inspiration. And then we have the Super X2. So yes, you got this with the figure. Now this figure did not come in a box. It's not like a Bandai premium, not prim. But this was attached to the tag. It doesn't get its own tag. It's not that special. But it is nice to have this. I do like the idea of adding ships to the figures. Then we're going to do some size comparisons. I have this right here. This is the little gash. I don't know if it's a Gashapon. Probably not. Just a mini Bandai figure of the 89 Godzilla they did many years ago. I wanted to pull it out because it looks almost exactly the same, but there are some differences, such as the thighs are not as big. Jesus, I just noticed that. Those are some quads on the smaller guy there. My goodness. Then we have the Biollante from the Movie Monster series. Do not let anyone tell you that this is bad sizing. This is actually movie accurate. Just kidding. This is horrible. This is absolutely atrocious, but this should be solved in due time. Hint, hint, with a package that should be in the coming weeks. Still, though, the figure on its own with the Super X2, awesome. I will say, I don't remember how much I paid for this. If this was about the $35, $40 range, again, this being a Japanese toy, not bad. I don't remember this being like one of those overpriced $80 premium toys, so this gets a thumbs up. I say that because there's some other stuff coming out in the future that is hitting that like $70 to $80 price range, and it pretty much gives you the same exact thing, but it's going to come in a box. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this on its own is great. We love you. We love to see it. There's the chainsaw again. My goodness. Finally, we have Mecha King Ghidorah. He is doing the one-leg hop. He's excited to be on camera. It's his first time, and it's a great honor to have him on the show. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's get it off the swirly, dirly thing. There's his tag. And very nice, very vibrant. There's the back of the tag right there. Let's get a close-up. And my camera's going to start to like freak out right here. And we just need to get a little focused. There, lock in. All right. My camera, I don't know, it was too much. There was too many particles to zoom in on for my camera. There's another choking hazard. If you can manage to fit this in your mouth, you deserve to die. That's a little bit, that's a bit aggressive on my part. I apologize, but let's be honest. This is a big figure for good and bad reasons. Don't choke. Here's his legs. We're going to move up. Awesome details. It's definitely an improvement over the regular Bandai Ghidorah that they did. Mecha King Ghidorah. If I didn't mention, this is the 2.0 version. So it was improved, but unlike the Destroyah 2.0, you'll see here soon, they actually improved on the size of this figure, the scaling, which I'm really happy with. Also, just the details in the paint are awesome. The heads here look great. There's Kevin, I guess is what everyone calls him. There's Cassandra, maybe. That's what I'm going to call her. And there's Goddard, the Jimmy Neutron's dog. That's what it reminds me of. Some great heads. To clarify, I said great heads, not head. We don't need to be inappropriate. Anyway, he lops to the side there. That's because one of his nutsacks fall lower than the other. Here's a size comparison to the original Movie Monster series release, and you could tell it is just an improvement. Before it was hunched over. Here they got him standing upright. And again, it's not like some Giga version. This is a normal Movie Monster series release, and they really did improve on the size. I'm happy with that. It's not as big as whatever this Bandai is, I forget, but that's okay. That's a little too big. We're hitting Godzilla domination territory there. We don't need that. But here is Godzilla 91, I believe. This is the one from the movie. And again, just great sizing. Ghidorah doesn't need to be too big for me to be happy. Obviously, he was a bit bigger in the movie, but in terms of toys, as long as he just is above Godzilla just by a little bit, I'm happy. And that's what they did here. So, awesome. Kudos to them. Hopefully, moving forward, some of the other Ghidorahs that they'll do, we'll see something like this. Or they'll just go full Giga version and they'll make them gigantic. Thumbs up to Ghidorah. Awesome figure. If you can find it for a good price, do it. Don't steal it. You'll go to jail. We don't want that. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Thumbs up to all the figures. They're awesome. Just happy to have them in the collection. Next time, we'll be talking about some Super 7, I believe, unless I can manage to find all the Power Rangers. I have one. I just need one or two more. But we shall see. I have some stuff in Baby at Toy Store that I haven't shipped yet either. But either way, we'll find out. The journey continues. I'm tired. I have to go to work, too. This is early in the morning. I gotta leave now. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all take care. And I'll see you all next time.